Today I want to pose an important question. Is America winning the AI race? So is America about to lose the most important technological race of our lifetime? While we've been arguing about AI safety and regulations, China just dropped their 1,500th AI model this year alone in 2025. That's more than the rest of the world combined. So here's the plot twist. President Trump just signed 3 executive orders that could flip the entire competition on its head. Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, just made a statement that should make everybody kind of like perk up their ears and listen, right? And he said, quote, America's unique advantage that no country could possibly have is President Trump. Now, I'm not trying to make this a political post. This is a quote from Jensen Huang, and I'm going to talk about it today. Now, meanwhile, Chinese startup Z.ai is claiming their new GLM 4.5 model beats Claude and costs 75% less to run. So I have to ask, are we witnessing America's comeback story, or are we falling behind in a race that will determine the next century of global dominance? Let's dive into this topic today. Welcome to Startup Hack. I'm Spencer, and here at Startup Hack, we love to train software developers as well as to build custom software solutions for companies. With a decade of executive leadership as a fractional CTO and 25 years in software development, I've mastered transforming tech teams and products. So the AI race isn't just about technology. It's about who controls the future of human civilization. Trump's new AI action plan just dropped, and it's the most aggressive tech strategy I've seen from any administration. But China isn't sitting still. They're moving fast and breaking things while we're still debating who should regulate what. Now, I'm going to break down today whether America has what it takes to dominate AI or whether we're about to get schooled by our biggest competitor. So I want to dive in and play this little clip for you here from Jensen Huang. Let me get this up here for you, because this is the CEO and founder of NVIDIA, right? And I want to play this clip for you. And again, I don't want this to necessarily become a political post, but I've just this is like, don't shoot the messenger kind of thing. But let me play this clip here for you really quick, and let me get this set up for you. All right, so let me play this clip here. This is from CEO Jensen Huang, right? So agree or disagree, I'm curious to, it's an interesting perspective. Let's listen to him.
As a CEO of a global company, what do you see are America's unique advantages that other countries don't have?
America's unique advantage that no country possibly have is President Trump. And let me explain why. One, on the first day of his administration, he realized the importance of AI, and he realized the importance of energy. For the last, I don't know how many years, energy production was vilified, if you guys remember.
Yeah.
We can't create new industries without energy. You can't reshore manufacturing without energy. You can't sustain a brand new industry like artificial intelligence without energy. If we decide as a country the only thing we want is IP, to be an IP only, a services only country, then we don't need much energy. But if we want to produce things, something as vital as artificial intelligence, then we need energy. And so I'm just delighted to see to accelerate AI innovation, to accelerate the growth of energy so that we can sustain this new industry and go after the new industrial revolution.
As a CEO of a global...
All right, now what do you guys think here? I'm curious to hear what you guys' thoughts are. So as always, make sure you leave a comment down below and make sure you like and subscribe, because I love to get the comments from you guys and they all get answered personally. So let's, because the quote heard around Silicon Valley is NVIDIA CEO who just their market cap broke $4 trillion, right? One of the largest entities in history. NVIDIA CEO declared that America's unique advantage that no country could possibly have is President Trump. And this is coming from the leader of the AI hardware revolution. So agree or disagree, it's an interesting stance. Now, he's talking about regulatory freedom philosophy, right? Trump's approach removes barriers instead of creates them, allowing American innovation to move at the speed of technology rather than bureaucracy. The plan streamlines data center permitting and energy production, solving the biggest bottleneck that's been strangling AI development. Now, the anti-woke AI executive order, Trump signed orders preventing ideological bias in federal AI procurement, addressing what tech leaders see as a competitive disadvantage. Now, the Silicon Valley bet paid off, right? Tech executives who supported Trump are seeing their agendas implemented, from David Sachs as AI czar to direct policy influence. So, unlike previous administration focused on safety-first approaches, Trump's team prioritizes winning first, then managing risk from a position of strength. So agree or disagree, I'm just bringing the information to you here, right? Now, there's 3 pillars of dominance. Trump's plan centers on accelerating innovation, building AI infrastructure, and leading international diplomacy. So this isn't a defensive strategy, it's full offensive. He also talks about 90 federal policy actions. The administration identifies specific actionable steps across government agencies that will execute within 6 to 12 months, not usual bureaucratic timelines of years. So they have kind of a whatever it takes mentality, right? Because Trump has declared from the stage that America will do whatever it takes to lead the world in artificial intelligence. So this is kind of the new AI, the new space race, right? Kennedy made very similar statements in the 60s with the space race. And it was interesting to see where we're at today because of that. So Trump also talks about regulatory red tape elimination with a plan specifically targeted erroneous federal regulations that hinder AI development. He also talks about timeline urgency, right? And he confirms that all policies can be executed within 6 months to a year. Now, I'm a little skeptical of that because I'm a little skeptical because I just don't believe that government can actually move that fast. But let's see what, this administration has proved us wrong on a handful of things. Now, Anthropic's surprising support, even AI safety companies want to win in America. So again, not trying to make this a political port. This is not for or against Trump. This is talking about where we're at with AI, right? So Anthropic jumps in and said, thoughts on America's AI plan, right? And Anthropic goes through here and praises the plan's focus on accelerating AI infrastructure and federal adoption, showing bipartisan industry support for American leadership. Now, the National AI Research Resource Continuation is a big part of this too, and the plan extends programs that give students and researchers across America access to cutting-edge technology. And so, you can grab this plan out here. I'll try to leave a link in the comments. Not all the streaming services are the same, but it talks about democratizing AI's benefits, talks about promoting secure AI development, and the need for national standards, right? Goes through a lot of this and really starts to talk about looking ahead. It says the alignment between many of our recommendations and the AI action plan demonstrates a shared understanding of AI's transformative potential. So Anthropic is really throwing their weight behind this plan as well, right? Now, because there's a lot of different things. An Anthropic statement emphasizes that it's ensuring powerful AI systems are developed safely in America by American companies reflecting American values. And so this is where this really gets interesting, right? Because China has released over 1,500 large language models as of July 2025, ranking first among the 3,755 models released globally. And so that's, more than half of all of the and more than any other country. Now, Z.ai released their GLM 4.5, right? And this startup released an open source model claiming to beat Claude 4 Sonnet while running on half the hardware requirements. Now, there's a cost competition war, right? GLM 4.5 costs 11 cents per million tokens versus DeepSeek's 14 cents, showing China's focus on making AI accessible through aggressive pricing. So now there's government backing advantage, right? And there's AI tigers receive direct government support, and local contracts create a coordinated national AI security. Now, just a quick note, if you guys have systems in your company that aren't connected, reach out to us because our specialty here at Startup Pack is connecting systems so your company can work like a well-oiled machine. So check out startuppack.com/Spencer because we'd love to help you out. Now, data center permitting revolution is a huge thing here, right? Because Trump's executive order streamlined the bureaucratic nightmare that has been blocking AI infrastructure's development across America. 50 state federal standards, right? This is something that Trump declared we cannot have 50 different state regulation that regulates this industry, creating unified national standards instead of conflicting local rules. Now, there's a lot of people opposed to this, right? The plan, though, fast tracks National Environment Policy Act reviews that typically take years. And so they're really trying to make sure we're winning at the AI war. Now, this is an interesting stance again, because like I talked about before, this comes back to a very similar type of discussion that Kennedy had back in the 60s. And a lot of people thought Kennedy was casting caution to the wind. So this will be interesting to see how history writes itself against this. Because if America loses the AI war, Like, what does that look like? What does it look like if America loses the AI war, right? So the plan includes specific programs for worker displacement by AI, learning from previous technological transition mistakes, direct pipelines from education to AI careers, ensuring American developers and the workforce needed for developing continued leadership, right? So the National AI Research Resource gives students nationwide access to frontier AI capabilities. So unlike China's state-controlled approach, America is leveraging private sector innovation while providing government support. So the Pentagon also continues to build up AI contracts. Companies like Anthropic, Google, OpenAI, and xAI received $200 million in Defense Department contracts to accelerate military AI adoption. All information sharing is going across one center. The Department of Homeland Security will lead AI-linked cybersecurity threat monitoring and response. Intelligence agencies are trying to coordinate, right? They're trying to improve coordination channels between AI labs and intelligence agencies with expedited security clearances. So critical infrastructure protection, right? AI systems protecting America infrastructure will be built by security first design. Now, I have my own level of skepticism here, right? I'm just trying to roll out the information and give this to you as fast as I can because this kind of went fairly quietly as far as the media is concerned. But America is really doubling down on its position to try to win this AI war. And like I said in the beginning, it is not playing defense. This is a very offensive type strategy. The plan positions AI as driving a new golden age of human flourishing, economic competitiveness, and national security. Now, AI-driven American manufacturing could bring production back from overseas, creating high-paying domestic jobs. That's what Trump is trying to do. But better tracking of AI economic impact through updated Census Bureau surveys and measured tools was also part of this. AI augmentation of government workflows could dramatically improve public sector efficiencies and service delivery. Now, this is going to be really interesting as we see over time because despite China's model quantity, American companies still lead in foundational AI capabilities and global market adoption. Folks like Elon Musk have been very vocal that we have to beat China. America's democratic allies prefer America's AI over Chinese alternatives for sovereignty and value alignment reasons. Silicon Valley's combination of talent, capital, and entrepreneurial remains unmatched globally. So America's vast land, energy resources, and existing technical infrastructure provides a national advantage for AI scaling here in the U.S. Now, America AI companies can access global capital markets for funding that Chinese companies increasingly cannot do. So First Amendment protections and property rights create sustainable innovation incentives that authoritarian systems cannot replicate. So one of the big conflicts here is China trying to lock down the internet and yet speed its AI development. Whereas America's ability to have freedom of speech allows almost too much in some cases. And there's a lot of people arguing that these AI systems are being able to steal a lot of information, and they're doing it under the label of the First Amendment. So again, this is about the AI arms race. This is not necessarily whether it's pro-Trump or against Trump. It's not about the AI, movement of whether we're stealing the technology, right, or about the First Amendment. This is just trying to give you information to say that the current administration is aligned with these large AI players to go all in on an offensive front, not defensive. Now, I am curious to hear your guys' thoughts. I haven't really given you a lot of my opinion in this, but I'm curious to hear what you guys think. So as always, make sure you leave a comment down below and make sure you like and subscribe. Here at Startup Hack, we love to train software developers as well as build custom software solutions for companies. So reach out because we'd love to help. And here's some great information about our services. Hi, I'm Spencer, a fractional CTO. With over a decade of executive leadership and 25 years in software development, I've transformed technology teams and products for businesses just like yours. As your fractional CTO, you get the strategic guidance of a seasoned technology executive without the full-time commitment. Perfect for companies ready to leverage cutting-edge technology without expanding headcount. My team at Startup Hack has already built advanced AI agents for small and medium businesses, automating complex workflows and delivering advanced ROI to human workflows. We specialize in creating custom software that connects your systems into a single coherent technology ecosystem. Our development approach focuses on tangible business outcomes. For one client, we developed AI-powered workflows that cut days off of human processes, services. For another company, by connecting multiple systems, we reduce processing time to increase their ROI by over 75%. We don't just write code, we architect solutions that scale. Whether you need cloud system architecture, data integration between legacy systems, or custom AI agents that automate your unique business processes, my team delivers results that exceed your expectations. Having led technology for a lot of companies and launched 7 successful brands of my own, I bring battle-tested expertise to your business challenges. Our specialty is turning technological complexity into business advantage. So if you're ready to harness the power of AI and custom software to drive your business forward, let's connect. Together, we'll build technology that doesn't just solve today's problems, it positions you for tomorrow's opportunities. Technology leadership, decades of experience, AI powered. Reach out today and we can help you. Check out startuphack.com/Spencer.